they have a property back home in the UK that they don't want to let go of. How should they think about or treat that property? Especially if they're renting it out more specifically, because there's some income generated there.
Yep. Okay. So um, a lot of people have an emotional connection
Mhm.
with a family home for obvious reasons. They may have got married whilst living in that house. They had their first child, whatever it might be. Um, I am a great believer in, and some viewers might find this as a tough stance to take, but it's an asset. Try to look at it as bricks and mortar and nothing else whilst you're not living there. So if you're moving from the UK and you're leaving an empty property that you might use for 4 weeks a year, as a financial advisor, that's crazy. It's not generating any revenue for you. It's a cost. I would actually say rent it out if you want to keep the property, rent it out, and even just get yourself an Airbnb when you go back on holiday. So definitely look at it as an investment and treat it as an investment. But you've got to consider everything about it. You know, there are all different. So, for example, if you sold a property whilst you were non-resident in the UK, the capital gain liability would be significantly lower than it would be if you sold it when you were back home in the UK. So you've got to say to yourself, am I going to keep this home? Will this be the family home that I'll move back to when we move back to the UK? And depending on what those answers are, maybe have a chat with a professional to work out what's the best thing to do, what would save me money, and then you can make a decision as to whether or not you keep that